Alone, leaning, and surrounded by pounding surf, the Morris Island Lighthouse stands sentinel even though the island itself is long gone. The 161-foot tall brick tower was erected in 1876, patterned after the Bodie Island Lighthouse in the North Carolina Outer Banks. Even the color scheme was identical, alternating bands of black and white. Over the years, the black paint absorbed more sunlight and heat, causing it to fade and give the lighthouse the false appearance of red and white stripes. Originally, there were 15 support buildings surrounding the tower, including the keeper's house. But man-made changes in the area's tidal patterns ensured the ocean would eventually take all the surrounding land. All those structures, including the outhouse, either fell down on their own or were removed so they wouldn't fall into the sea.
When it was built, it was 2,000 feet inland, and with the construction of the Charleston Harbor jetties in the late 1800s, it began an erosion process that now has the lighthouse, as you can see, about a quarter mile offshore.
In the early 1990s, a group of concerned local citizens bought the iconic lighthouse and set out to save it.
That's beautiful.
Calling themselves Save the Light, these history heroes made it their mission to ensure neglect would never doom Charleston's signature structure.
I think it matters because we don't want to let something like this just fall over and lose that valuable part of our history. Charleston has always been a harbor city, and this lighthouse helped guide ships and mariners in for 130 years. I think to let this fall over and just disregard what it stood for and its history would have meant something about our heritage. And Charleston has such a super heritage, we just couldn't let that happen.
Today, the Morris Island Lighthouse belongs to the state of South Carolina, but Save the Light has obtained millions of dollars to perform critical restoration on the tower. In 2007, the group addressed the main engineering challenge. Saltwater worms had eaten away the wooden pilings that held the lighthouse up. Now, steel pilings have replaced the former foundation, and the entire base is surrounded by a sand-filled metal wall known as a cofferdam.
So the lighthouse, the foundation that the lighthouse sits on now, is actually stronger than the one that it originally sat on. So at this point, we've accomplished a very important thing. It's not going to fall over.
Other challenges remain. The glass in the lantern room is long vanished, allowing rainwater to enter the tower and causing rust to eat away at the intricate iron stairs inside.
These stairs go from platform to platform. You can see that they're bolted to each other with these rods and these nuts. Of course, the threads look in pretty bad condition right now, but the stairs are bolted and all assembled together, creating one rigid member from this platform to the upper platform. You can see the condition they're in. We know you can't back these off, so we hope we'll be able to sandblast them and paint them with a protective coating.
Even though wire screens block the windows beneath the lantern room, birds still find their way inside to nest, making it all but impossible to keep the interior clean. Large cracks run along the entire length of the lighthouse interior, damage caused by the huge earthquake that struck Charleston in 1886. But the most obvious effect of the famous trembler is the permanent lean it gave the tower.
We have a plumb bob we installed in 2007 that shows the degree of offset, the amount of lean the lighthouse is experiencing right now. Because that plumb bob is offset by the center by 33 inches, we've calculated it's 1.5 degrees offset leaning to the northeast.
Save the Light estimates the remaining work on the glass, iron, and masonry repair will cost close to $2 million. But having come so far to save something so important, stopping short of the goal is not an option.
Well, I guess it's the most beloved reminder of the fact that we are a maritime community. That would be the first thing. And I think the second thing is that this lighthouse has been part of the fabric of this community since anyone can remember. And it's one of those things that it's a part of your life and you can take it for granted, but if it's ever lost, the damage is irreparable. So preserving it is about maintaining a tie to our past. That's very important. And South Carolina, and Charleston in particular, is very good at that.